Welcome, everyone. This is Relax Teams, and we're launching a new weekly live stream called Marketing Monday. And I'm so excited because we have the digital maestro, the man who has been such a resource to Relax Teams. He brings so much to the table about websites, marketing, and all different areas that we're launching a new product line with Relax Sales and Marketing, and having Paul, the digital maestro, host these going forward. So today, Paul, I just wanted to be the host a little to kick it off, to let you introduce what you're doing here and what your plans are for Marketing Monday. So with that, take it away, sir.
Sure. So thank you very much. Thanks for having me. And, just want to talk about, it's great because it's Monday, Marketing Monday. It's something that we can do. We won't be doing this every week, but every other week or so. And it's a great way to just kind of talk about marketing, get things in place for the upcoming week, things that you can implement in your own business for whatever it is you're doing online. Although, most of the things we'll be talking about probably will be online. That's where our focus is. But there's still a lot of other marketing activity you can do offline that's going to affect your business. So, who knows what it's going to be, the topics when we're talking to different people, different guests. Sometimes it just might be you and I. Sometimes it just might be me. So it's going to be pretty good. I'm sure whatever we have, we've been planning this out for a while. I have a lot of different topics that we can talk about, see what people want to talk about, and just take it from there.
Excellent. And as far as going through, I know, I think it's going to be exciting and fun to let different members of teams to come on and just kind of bring their website and just open her up and say, all right, this is what I've got. What should I do, Paul?
Yeah, marketing means, different things to different people. It encompasses a lot. Some of it is going to be literally your marketing message, right? And that's going to affect everything you do with your brand. It can be with, as I mentioned, direct mail. It could be with your website. It could be the message on your website. It could be how you connect with people. So sometimes it might be almost a website audit, taking a look at people's websites and saying, here's what you got. Have you ever thought about changing this? Or how about trying this? And even though we're talking to a particular person in their website on a particular Monday, the topics, the information that's going to be covered will certainly be available for everybody to implement somehow, some way, right? I like to say, season it to taste. It may not be exactly what you're doing. You may not be running, I don't know, say a plumbing business, but what we're talking about can certainly apply to a cooking business, right? It's just a matter of how far you want to take it.
Exactly. And I think I know for a fact, and that's what Teams is about and how we started and why we started. Because I had clients that, were excellent at what they did, but they just couldn't get their story out. And I think more than anything, marketing is telling your story and getting your story heard. And I think a lot of it is, and I'm learning as an accountant, I'm an accountant and a tech guy by start, the story matters, and how you shape and tell that story so that people can understand it, digest it, and share it. And that's, I think, something that you bring to the table that you're really excellent about. So can you talk a little bit about, your storytelling aspects of marketing?
Sure. Everybody loves a good story. You think about it, that's how history was originally written, was passed down by the storytellers, the great orators, the stories generation to generation. And quite frankly, it works, right? Where would we be without that? So it just makes sense that that's something that should carry on through your marketing message, through your website, and what you do. There's a great book, person who talks about this is Donald Miller, right? He talks about the story brand, and knowing what your story is and how the hero's journey is. And a lot of that is very applicable to your website. So the art of storytelling, that's how you connect with people. So you can tell people all day long of what your products are, what your services are, how you can help them. But it's not until they hear that story and you make that connection on an emotional level. So that's why it's so important to know the backstory. Absolutely. And that should come through in your message. I don't talk about it a lot, but just my company, Digital Maestro, my story goes back to my upbringing. My dad was a composer conductor. a very musical family. Our music was involved in everything that we did. Well, look at this. Now I have a business, Digital Maestro. Right? We harmonize your online strategy. We take all those instruments, all those pieces of your marketing, your message, your website, your content creation, all that, and we put it together like a symphony orchestra.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Obviously,
it's there. It's something that, as things come up, people can connect with, and that's just the way that all that works. It's fun.
Well, I know you are the digital maestro as far as getting things done, getting things found, and all of those areas. And it is, and just the data. I'm a data guy, and the data from when you talk at team sessions and those blog posts really resonate with people. So I'm excited to let people kind of reach out to you and talk to you on these Mondays, and kind of, we can try different areas and different ideas. So one of the things I'm going to ask is if people want to reply back and let us know, either on the social media posts where you see this, or if you see any of these different content, what kind of things you'd like to know from Paul. What kind of marketing feedback would you want? What would be some sessions that you'd want to have on a Marketing Monday that would resonate with you as an individual, and maybe you could be the guest on Marketing Monday and come on and talk to Paul about those specific topics.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a bunch of ideas and topics that we're going to talk about. But if somebody has a particular topic that you want to discuss, we can move that right to the top of the list. We want to talk about what you want to talk about and get your answers and make your life easier. Sometimes the result will be, here's a checklist of things you can do. Go do A, B, and C. Other times it might be a little bit more theoretical and kind of concept driven, but I don't normally give out guarantees, but I'm pretty sure we can guarantee that the topic and conversations will be well worth it.
Yeah. I mean, the relevancy of the topic of it is just great. And you always keep it in a generic form that people can apply across platforms. That's what I love about the way you deliver your message. It really is, it's not just solving a single problem. It's really addressing it across a wide variety of platforms. And I think it's really the case. Everybody, you have to be a marketer. No matter what you do, it's a pain point for everyone, and it always is, right?
Yeah, it goes back to also, everybody's a salesperson, right? Regardless of what you think, the fact that you're talking with somebody, the fact that you have a family, spouses, right? There's a constant sales conversation going back and forth between what you want, what they want. So yeah, it's the more you can hone that, the better things will be in all aspects.
I keep telling my wife to stay, and she keeps buying it. So I don't know why, but I'm just happy.
Knock on wood. We're happy for that.
Yep, exactly. I'm definitely glad that I can keep convincing her, to keep me around. So exactly. Excellent. So as far as going in and with Sam, and I think you're going to have, could you want to allude to or just kind of tease about some of the solutions that you're going to have? I mean, I'll let you kind of discuss it a little bit more, but I think people know that through Teams it's kind of evolved. We have this platform that we were able to create teams over, which is the Bizana platform that Business on a Browser with Jonathan and was able to put together. We are able to find a lot of tax credits along the way if people do and use that. And I think you bring that another amazing piece to that whole puzzle with this sales and marketing. So what is the SAM approach to sales and marketing that you want to be taking going forward?
Yeah, so first, just to really be clear about this for people who may not have realized it, SAM is sales and marketing, right? That's what SAM stands for. So when we talk about SAM, yes, we have Uncle Sam up there, but it is sales and marketing, and it's how to get your message out to potential clients, to customers, to prospects. And that's going to involve a variety of things, from everything from, we've talked about your website, the marketing, the message that's on there. It's also about social media, right? The idea of people go, oh, social media, it's a fad. No, it's not. It's here to stay. It's out there. Platforms may come and go, but it's going to be there. And one of the key points of that is knowing which platform is the best platform for you. sometimes people jump on, they go, oh, I got to sign up for YouTube. I got to sign up for Twitter. I got to sign up for Facebook. I got to get a LinkedIn account. I got to get Reddit. I got to all these different social media platforms. And if your audience isn't there, you don't want to waste your time. So social media is definitely a big piece of it. The other part of the sales and marketing is your messaging. We've talked about that just a little bit now. Knowing what the story is behind you. Who do you want to attract? Good marketing attracts the right people. Well, something a lot of people don't know is good marketing also repels the wrong people, right? So when you have that clearly stated and you understand what you're doing, you actually can then optimize your time by not spending time with the wrong people. So that's a key component of that as well. So those are some areas that we're going to get into quite a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, and the team's approach, I mean, a lot of the businesses that we service with teams and the related products that are coming out to help teams members, it really is to help people who make sense to join relaxed teams. And the people that make sense to join relaxed teams, we're not talking about Fortune 500 companies. Maybe you might be a sales rep at a Fortune 500, but we're really talking about those small business owners who, when you turn your head, it's like, who does this? Oh, I do. Who does that? I do. I do. And if you're going to have, and you have to do it, and that's what came, that's just kind of what helped to lead to this evolution was I had so many clients that were coming to me with tax issues that, as for tax support, tax help and accounting help. But really that wasn't their problem. Their problem was that they just didn't have enough hours in the day to do everything. And they had to pick and choose what areas. And they said, if I could just focus on what I did best, my life would be 1,000 times easier. And I think by putting together a strong team of people who support and help you and grow with you, I think that's going to be an amazing point. So we're just excited to see where Sam is able to evolve and those individuals that we're trying to help target, which are those small business owners, those people who, you have of companies, 40 or less employees, under 3 or 5 million, 5 million or less in revenue. You can down to one employee and or one yourself, a solo entrepreneur, and make less than $100,000 a year, and we can still help. That's our we would love to help individuals like that as this great what are they calling this? The great reshuffle happens, and you're reshuffling going out on your own to have those tools and resources. And it's been received pretty well, I think, by the members of teams.
When you think about it, most people, when they start their own business, it's because they love what they do. They're good at what they do. And that's the core competency of their business. But when it comes to all these, all the other aspects, that 85% of the business that people might not think about, the bookkeeping, the taxes, the marketing, the accounting, right? All the other things that go along with it. That's when it's good to reach out and get help and find out from people who do that really well. So, yeah.
And without a doubt, I mean, and even if you know what to do and you want to do it, hiring someone in this market to do it, it's always easy. And then it's always a factor of it. It's simple to say, yeah, well, if I just do this, I'd make more money because I don't, for me, what I make an hour to do this doesn't make sense. So when you look at it on paper, that all makes, everybody gets that. But it's actually having someone to do it that you can trust to do it, which doesn't always work well, right?
Amen to that. Yep. So it's not as simple as, XYZ checklist, check them off. It's the implementation of that, or like you said, finding the right people that can help you with that. So that's why Teams is such a great way to reach out and find that expertise.
Yeah, and meet other individuals who are looking for that same target market. They're going after the same customers that you're going after, but have complementary services, not conflicting services, who really work together so that it makes all the sense in the world that you guys can refer people to one another, refer the same team, and the comfort level, because that they were referred by someone who and who you trust. So they've kind of helped to vet, as part of what you mentioned. The good marketing can help vet people, as long the referral network can help vet people for you as well.
Napoleon Hill talks about the mastermind, right? And in a sense, that's what Teams is every week, getting together and discussing and talking about, helping each other out with those types of things, to initiate and start the conversation. I know there's a lot of times where after that, people get together either virtually or even meet up in person and really flush some of the conversations out to come up with those real concrete things to do, action plans.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's been interesting. It's been exciting to watch it grow, and I'm excited with where with the potential of what we can do and where we can take this, and the fact to have the digital maestro working with us and be out to be here every other Monday, helping to talk about what marketing ideas and what marketing strategies and different approaches for the team. I think that's just an incredible value add, and the fact that you're just giving it away is just amazing. So I just want to thank you first and foremost for being part of this, and to help grow this, and help each other. We're stronger together, and to help each other kind of grow. So with that, I always like to wrap up with, hey, what's something you want people to take from this as we wrap into our last 2 minutes of the conversation? What's the one thing that you want to take from this conversation today?
So I guess what I would have people think about is obviously your marketing, your sales and marketing plan. Number one, do you have one? Is it working for you? What's not working for you? And think about if you had assistance to do that. Let's have you as a guest. We'll talk about what your challenges are and see where we can help you with that. Right? So the first step of any problem is always knowing that there's a problem, right? So let's identify that and then have you on as a guest.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And I think a big thing that I always talk about as an accountant and everyone always focuses on the actual costs, but what's really hard to measure, so people ignore, and what's difficult, people ignore, and if you can't be measured, is often not seen, is opportunity cost. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest thing that marketing, the lack of doing marketing and the lack of addressing that. What is it really costing you in opportunity? And I think that's a cost that I'd love for people to get a better flavor for and a better feel for. And I think, I think you do a great job of helping people identify some of that opportunity cost that they're leaving on the table.
Thank you. Thanks.
Excellent. Very good. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up and look forward to who you have and future guests for you. But this is Relax Teams kicking off another one of our live stream series with another teammate, one of the original who was here from the very beginning of launching teams from the start as a guest. And just we got to get him on. It's Paul Taubman from Digital Maestro, and he does. Now we know where the name came from, but I always just thought it because you were a master with marketing. So, thank you so much, sir. Enjoy.
Sure thing. Have a great week.